Good evening and thanks for joining us at News Channel 15. I'm Jeremy Smith filling in this week for Scott Allen, and here's a look at the news. WAKO reports that the Vandenberg County Sheriff's Office is investigating a deadly hit-and-run accident which occurred over the weekend. The accident happened just before 11 p.m. Friday on I-69 near the South Green River Road exit. Deputies say they were notified by several 911 callers claiming that a man wearing black pants and no shirt was walking through the southbound lanes waving his arms at motorists. Deputies say another 911 caller reported the man was lying in the road moments later. Authorities have now said that man identified as 23-year-old David William Egan of Evansville was taken by ambulance to a local hospital where he later died. The Sheriff's Office is asking anyone who might have witnessed the hit and run to call its tip line at 812-421-6297. Residents, business owners, and property managers are being asked to review all security camera footage from 10:45 p.m. onward. Southbound I-69 was closed at the Green River Road exit for about an hour while authorities processed the scene. Another pedestrian was killed in that same location just last month. WSJD reports that over the weekend, Mount Carmel police arrested 30-year-old Quentin L. Gully of Rolla, Missouri, after he was stopped by Mount Carmel police for not wearing his seatbelt. During the traffic stop, it was discovered that Gully was wanted on a felony warrant for theft out of Phelps County, Missouri. Gully was arrested and transported to the Wabash County Jail, where he was cited for no valid registration, failure to wear a seatbelt, and operating an uninsured motor vehicle. Gully is being held in the Wabash County Jail pending extradition to Missouri. SJD also reports that Mount Carmel police arrested 52-year-old Vincent A. Sutton of Mount Carmel on a Wabash County warrant charging him with violation of an order of protection. Police located Sutton in the front yard of 1013 Chestnut Street and placed him under arrest. Sutton was transported to the Wabash County Jail, where he was held pending the posting of $1,000 cash. And Lawrence County authorities arrested a New Jersey man following a domestic dispute Sunday. Sheriff's deputies charged 24-year-old Ridge DeMoss with domestic battery. DeMoss was taken to the Lawrence County Jail. And a project to build a new sidewalk on Oak Street between 3rd and 9th Street is closer to reality. City Clerk Rudy Witzman reports that the state has approved releasing the money in the city's revolving loan fund to be used for up to 2 projects. One of those projects looks to be constructing new widened sidewalks along Oak Street, which would provide walker-friendly sidewalks along Oak from 3rd Street to College Drive. Witzman said preliminary designs have been done and the project should proceed at a much faster pace. The state dissolved all revolving loan funds in Illinois last year and allowed communities to use those monies for local projects. If constructed, Oak Street would have sidewalks suitable for bicyclists, walkers, and joggers along its entire route from 3rd Street to College Drive. And without more money in the coffers, the Cave and Rock Ferry could be forced to close as early as July 1st. A new U.S. Coast Guard rule went into effect requiring a second ferry worker to be put on duty, which is putting more of a financial burden on the current ferry operators. And in state news, just in time to help with the many programs within Illinois' agricultural regions, the recent release of $16 million in agricultural grants from the fiscal year of 2018 budget will help fund soil and water districts, county fairs, and ag societies, as well as the University of Illinois' extension services. While the funds will help the statewide SWCD offices assist landowners with their conservation efforts, the money provided to each of the 92 county fairs throughout the state will help operations and facility rehabilitation needs. The U of I Extension Funds will continue its educational assistance on the local and area levels to all of those of all ages. Also in state news, the Illinois Department of Natural Resources is seeking applicants for the position of Conservation Police Officer Trainee. The department is beginning the selection process with the written exam to be administered from July 1st until August 30th of this year. The intent is to hire up to 20 new officers in 2019. Interested applicants should complete a CMS 100 employment application from the Illinois Department of Central Management Services, or CMS, which can be found online. We have plenty more to come, including sports and weather. We'll be back right after these breaks.
For over a century.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at weather. As we look at the map right now, radar's showing that it has indeed dried up outside, which if you look outside, we all know it stopped raining for the moment. But there is more rain coming. As you can see, there's still some isolated patches of showers in between Washington and Shoals, Indiana, and more rain to our northeast up around the Bloomfield area. So we've got a reprieve from the moisture right now, but we don't know for how long. Looking at the almanac for today, we expect to see a high set right at 88, which goes right along with our normal high of 87 for this time of year. Tonight's low is going to be 73, which is slightly warmer than our normal lows of 65 for this time of year, but still well within reason when you look at the fact that our record high set in 2012 was 105 degrees and the record low was 43 degrees, so we're still sitting pretty. As far as rain, we did see 35/100ths of an inch of rain in the gauge here at News Channel 15. We look into, well, we've got a problem with our clicker here. There we go. We look into tonight. Some clouds, expected low right around 64. Winds to be about 5 miles per hour out of the south. Looking into tomorrow, we see that we can expect the rain to continue. We're going to have a high right at about 89. Winds to be expected about 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Tomorrow night, you can expect the rain to continue. Lows are going to dip down right about 73. Going to be a nice, calm, comfortable evening other than the rain in the air. Light winds. Should be an enjoyable evening overall. As we look at our extended forecast, we can see here that tomorrow, expect to see a high of 89. You're going to see some more scattered thunderstorms, low hitting right around 73. Wednesday, still going to be rainy. Our highs are going to climb up closer to the 91 mark. Lows are going to be right down around 75. Thursday, we've got a little bit of a reprieve in the forecast. Looks like we might have a break from the moisture. Still going to be partly cloudy, but that sun is going to be dipping out at times. Expect your highs to get up around 95 and your low to be around 75. Friday, that rain is going to sneak back in just in time to try to mess with us for our weekend. Highs are still going to be around 95, lows around 76. And Saturday, more rain in the forecast. Highs around 94. Expect your lows to dip around 76. And that's a look at weather. We'll be back with sports.
Here in today.
And welcome back. Let's take a look at sports. The Alny Central College Blue Knights will host its Summer Little League camps for area youth ages 6 to 13. Session 2 will be offered from July 16th to July 18th and from July 23rd through July 25th, meeting each morning from 9 a.m. to 12 noon at OCC's Dennis Conley Field. The cost is $60 and registrations must be received by July 13th. Players will need to bring a bat, glove, helmet, and shoes to the camp. For more information, call Coach Dennis Conley at 618-843-0333. Also out of OCC, the Alny Central College has rescheduled its previously rained-out baseball exposure showcase for Wednesday, July 11th at OCC's Dennis Conley Field in Alny. The showcase is structured to expose high school players to multiple college recruiters. Position players will be evaluated on foot speed, throwing accuracy and arm strength, fielding ability, and hitting skills. Pitchers will be evaluated on arm strength, control, secondary pitches, and makeup. Registration for all participants is at 9:30 that morning with a start time of around 10 a.m. and pitchers only beginning at 11:30. The cost is $60 for one session or $90 for position players that also want to pitch. To register in advance or if any questions, call Coach Dennis Conley at 618-395-7777 at extension 2131, or he can also be reached at 618-843-0333. You can also email him at conley@iecc.edu. And finally, the Evansville Otters completed a 3-game sweep of the Southern Illinois Miners with a 7-4 victory on Sunday evening from Bosse Field in front of 1,504 excited fans. The Miners put on a heck of a display this weekend. They did go down all 3 in a row after having some errors late in game number 2 Saturday night. And in the end, they would be unable to capture a single win against Evansville in the 3-game series. Evansville took the sweep. Well, that does it for me and everybody here at News Channel 15. I'll be back tomorrow filling in for Scott Allen. On behalf of Andrew, Julian running the board, and myself and the entire News Channel 15 staff, thank you for joining us and have a great evening.